Good morning. This is Aaron Blank. I'm President and CEO of the Fury Group. I'm live at the Life Science Innovation Northwest Conference. It's the final day of the conference, and I'm here with Ria Koller from IDRI, which is the Infectious Disease Research Institute. Ria happens to be one of the 6 Women to Watch award recipients that's going to be honored later today. Congratulations on that incredible honor.
Thank you. It's a huge honor for me, and it's reflective of the tremendous teamwork at IDRI.
Now, you've been a researcher at IDRI since its inception, one of the first 3 employees to start there, and you've seen it grow. You started there in 1998, and you know, being a woman in this industry is tough. Tell me a little bit of what you've learned over the years and some of the positive things that have come of it.
So when I joined IDRI, I was a postdoc, so coming straight out of graduate school at the University of Washington. And as you know, we had 3 employees, so basically I learned to do everything. All 3 of us did whatever was required to get the job done. One of the things that I think we learned together is basically that, you know, when there's teamwork, there are lots of rewards that come out of working together, striving together for the common goal. At IDRI, we strive to find innovative solutions for some of the world's most devastating infectious diseases, and all of us, whether it's the 3 employees that I started with or the 120 employees that we have today, I have to say that we all share the mission of trying to develop new vaccines, diagnostics, and therapeutics for the world's most devastating infectious diseases.
And those diseases that you're working on are tuberculosis, Leishman, ISIS, West Nile virus, anthrax, influenza, HIV, and the list could go on and on and on of all the diseases you're working on. And in terms of the continents that you're serving, you're Africa, India, South America, some in Europe. I mean, you're worldwide. Tell me one big project that you might be working on right now that either is stuff that you could tell us about that's groundbreaking, that's innovative, cutting edge, or things that you might see on the horizon that we might actually see as in the clinic at some point.
Okay, well, I have to say one of the projects that's really close to my heart is my tuberculosis vaccine development project. And the reason for this is that I have worked together with my team at IDRI to take this project from the benchtop, from antigen discovery, adjuvant development, preclinical studies, all the way to the clinic. So we basically performed many studies to develop a vaccine for tuberculosis, which, as you may know, infects 1/3 of the world's population. So in terms of the burden of the disease, it's tremendous. And so we've done the due diligence, performed many preclinical studies in the lab, have done the toxicology studies, and then went on from the promising preclinical results into phase 1 clinical trials under an FDA-approved protocol to evaluate the safety and immunogenicity of the vaccine here in the US. Based on the very promising results here in the US, we then moved the vaccine for testing in different populations in South Africa. One of the innovative aspects of this vaccine is the fact that we have found that it protects in our preclinical models, both in terms of prevention and in terms of therapeutic. And there aren't other candidates, tuberculosis vaccine candidates out there in the field right now that have been shown to work both prophylactically and therapeutically for this disease. In addition to which, in our preclinical studies, which were verified by collaborators at Colorado State University, they and we have found that the vaccine also works against multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, which in itself is a huge burden in the world, and also a problem right here in Seattle.
So tell me, of the 6 diseases that you're working on, what do you find most inspirational in, say, 30 seconds? What's the top disease that you really enjoy working on and you think that there's something on the horizon?
So again, I guess I would say that it's my tuberculosis project. However, in terms of what motivates me, I'd have to say it's going into the lab every day, talking to my group and brainstorming about different ways in which to attack all of these different diseases that we work on.
Now, Ria, you are a superwoman. You are a true woman to watch, and you should be honored to be receiving this.
I'm truly honored. It's a huge honor for me.
It's pretty cool. Now, tell me, you're from Trinidad.
I am.
How did you end up here in Seattle?
My husband is from Washington State, and he's a physician here in Seattle, and we moved here both so that I could pursue my desire to work in the field of public health, for me to pursue my studies at the University of Washington, and also for him to practice medicine.
So you're a Husky, he's a Cougar.
But I always win. In terms of Huskies and Cougars, in terms of household arguments, I'm always the winner.
Okay. One question that goes to the junior in college, and perhaps it's a female, and they're thinking about a career in life sciences and biotechnology, biomedical devices perhaps. What sort of advice do you have for that person?
You know, this is a great question, and I'm so happy that you asked, because I do mentor a lot of students, and a lot of women at that. I would have to say it's really important very early on to find good mentors. When I think about my successes in life, it's basically because I've had a great support system, starting from my parents to college professors, high school professors, and as I went along, you know, even in terms of people who were on my PhD committee, there are always people who are willing to help, and there are people who are particularly willing to give advice on how to work harder, how to strive a little bit more. You know, my mother-in-law, for example, always says that the cream always rises, and it's so true. It takes just a little bit of effort to be above average, and it's so important to keep striving and to align yourselves with people who can advise you as you go through your career.
That's some great advice. Now, we're here at Life Science Innovation Northwest. Any key takeaways that you've seen here, or what have you found to be so motivating that you're going to take back to your labs?
We have so much great research ongoing in Seattle, and I'm just thrilled that we at IDRI are part of the groups that are presenting here today.
5 years from now, where do you hope to be?
So this is a topic that Steve Reed, who founded IDRI, and I talk about all the time, because we have so many dreams and so many diseases, as you know, that we're trying to combat. We feel that we're very close to finding solutions for tuberculosis and our leishmaniasis vaccine development projects. And leprosy, which I don't head up, is also very close behind. So I honestly think that we are going to have several different candidates to combat some of these devastating diseases.
That's so good to hear.
Yeah.
If someone was watching online and wanted to get a hold of you, or perhaps get a tour of IDRI, how do they do that?
They should just go online and get my contact information. We have lots of visitors who come to IDRI all the time, and we open door policy. So we'd love to show you guys what we do and where we do it.
Ria Culler, congratulations. You are fantastic. That website address is idri.org, idri.org. You get more information on their website, a little bit more about Ria and the great work that she's doing in 6 different diseases, among a host of others that she's involved with. And congratulations, a premier woman to watch in the Northwest.
Thank you.
Thank you.